So settling yourself down. Well done, guys. You've made it through another week. I think it's day 32. Not that anyone's counting anymore. And I've been starting all my classes with just a few words. That's that next person. Just a few words. And these words tonight come from the poet Rumi, who was writing many hundreds of years ago. And they just seemed really relevant, I think, particularly at the moment when there's a lot of talk about exit strategies and how we're going to get out of this. And I thought this maybe is a really nice thing to start with tonight. So come on in, we've got everybody in there, lovely. So these words by Rumi. Although the road is never ending, take a step and keep walking. Do not look fearfully into the distance. On this path, let the heart be your guide, for the body is hesitant and full of fear. Although the road is never ending, take a step and keep walking. Do not look fearfully into the distance. On this path, let the heart be your guide, for the body is hesitant and full of fear. I think maybe that's all any of us can do at this moment in time. Not look too far into the distance, but just keep walking, one day at a time. So on this Friday evening, we've made it through to the end of another week. So allowing yourself a moment to arrive at your practice. It's always, I think, important. We're in our homes. We're not having that studio space to retreat to anymore. But really taking this time out, making that kind of mental shift now from whatever work might have occupied you during today, and giving yourself this next hour. So once you've made any movement, so the body can be really comfortable, there's no dis-ease in the body. We'll start with a little breath-based meditation today, just to bring us into our practice. So you can keep the arms resting alongside you, you can rest a hand on the belly, you can rest a hand on the chest, entirely up to you. So as you begin, just to allow the shoulders to settle away from the ears, really bringing the focus into your upper body tonight. And just connect with your natural breath for a moment. So if your hands are on your body there, you might be feeling that gentle lifting and lowering of the chest and the belly. And maybe you're finding it a little tricky to sleep at the moment, or maybe like me, kind of waking up in the middle of the night and then finding it more difficult to get back to sleep. And I can breathe my way to sleep now, just by doing this, just by hand on the belly, hand on the chest, and just really focusing on my breath. It really does work. It really calms the mind. So I'm just going to add a little mantra, just a few words to our breath. So take a nice, smooth, steady inhale. And then a slow breath out. So breathing in, I follow my in-breath all the way through. And breathing out, I follow my out-breath all the way through. Breathing in, I'm aware of my body. And breathing out, I release all the tension in my body. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. And breathing out, I know I am breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. And breathing out, I feel at ease. I'll just read that little meditation through once more, so you can just drift in and out of my words. You can focus in on your breath. So breathing in, I follow my in-breath all the way through. Breathing out, I follow my out breath all the way through. Breathing in, I'm aware of my body. Breathing out, I release all the tension in my body. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I feel at ease. And just allowing the body again and the mind just to settle again. Many of us who've been using all this wonderful new technology, I think we've really got to just be mindful the effect all of that has, not just on the body, but just on that physical tension we might be feeling maybe in our hands, our shoulders, around our neck, as we spend more time sitting at our screen, but also mentally, that mental effort it takes using all of this wonderful technology to keep in contact with people. So really allowing now that sense of quietness and calm just to wash over the body, just disengaging. Almost this is your time to switch off and reboot. And if you've got the hands just resting on your body, let's all just release the arms down alongside you, and we'll just bring the palms down to the floor. Arms a little way away from you, or just down alongside you. It really doesn't matter. Legs in whatever comfortable position you can sustain for a while. We'll just start those little somatic stretches to release tension in the hands and the arms, the wrists today. So imagine you're trying to slide your fingertips down towards the end of your mat, towards your feet. So feel a nice long neck. Get that nice sense of length through the arms. You begin to peel the fingertips off the floor, palms lift off the floor, but the underside of your wrist, the heel of the hands, we keep pressing down, and you're drawing the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and maybe even imagine you want to pull your fingers towards your face, feeling a nice stretch through the palms. Try and keep the fingers straight if you can. And then release the hands all the way down, spreading the fingers nice and wide as you do so. So we're really enlivening and releasing tension. So again, we just begin to peel the fingers, the palms. Imagine you want to push the heel of your hands down towards the end of your mat. So you're stretching the fingers up towards the face. You can keep the fingers together. You can experiment spreading the fingers nice and wide. And then as you bring the palms all the way back down to the floor, again, just spread the fingers nice and wide. So there's space between the fingers there, lovely. Do that a couple more times. So I'm feeling that maybe more in my right hand than my left hand, being right-handed. So I know I'm maybe doing more there. So try to keep the fingers straight and really get that sense of space. We'll do that once more. So you peel the fingers off the mat, so the heel of the hands, so you want to push away from you. Arms stay flat on the floor. And then slowly release. And then just allow that to settle. So you might feel that your upper body has relaxed there, the shoulders have relaxed. And then we'll simply turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Arms stay alongside you. And we'll try that again. And this time it's the top of your wrist that stays on the floor. So this time we lift up through the fingers, lift up through the back of the hands, and just try and bring your fingertips in towards your palms. You're making a little fist, but we try and keep the top of the wrist on the floor there, so I can really feel that nice stretch through the top of the wrist, and then release the hands all the way back down towards the floor. Again, you can try spreading the fingers. So you begin to curl your fingers in towards your palm. So we're not lifting the elbows, we're not lifting the forearms, so we're getting that nice stretch across the top of the wrist. Really good for the wrists and the hands. We ask a lot of our hands and our wrists in yoga, and yet we do very little to support and strengthen them. Let's see if we can do that twice more. So again, you can experiment keeping the fingertips or the fingers together, or you can try spreading the fingers as you bring the back of the hands down towards the floor. It really doesn't matter, whatever kind of affords you that best sense of stretch. So once more, we curl the fingertips in, top of the wrists, pressing down. And then release. And again, just take a moment there just to settle. Again, I really feel that my upper back kind of goes, oh, that's it. It's remarkable how much tension that creates. So keeping the palms up towards the ceiling there, you're going to bring your palms just up towards your face, hinging at the elbow. Make a gentle fist and bring those fists down towards your shoulder. So your upper arms stay on the floor. And then we release. So as you stretch the arms back down towards the floor, spread the fingers nice and wide. If you want to add the breath, as you inhale, you bring your hands to your shoulders, making those soft fists, curling fingers into the palm. And then as you exhale, you release the back of the hands to the floor, palms up to ceiling, spread the fingers nice and wide. So we'll just do that twice more. So little somatic stretches, they're not hugely energetic, but we're bringing in tension. And then when we're releasing tension, I think sometimes we don't know when we're holding on to tension, it becomes so much of a kind of default. Next time you've got your fists to your shoulders, we'll pause, and that little one just to begin to work the upper back. So we begin to lift the elbows off the floor. See if you can brush them towards one another as you point them up towards the ceiling. And then take the elbows out nice and wide, bringing them just down level with the shoulders. And then you sweep the elbows down towards the side of the body. Point them up towards the ceiling, seeing if you can brush the elbows towards one another. And then spread them nice and wide, bringing the upper arms back down to the floor. Lovely. So you're just drawing big circles with the elbows. See if you can make that really big and spacious. You might feel like I do, a little bit of clicking and crunching in the shoulders there. So a little massage out for the shoulders. Really nice if you've spent all day hunched over a screen, all week Zooming. Oh. Let's do just once more. So let's point the elbows up towards the ceiling. And this time that you bring your elbows out level with your shoulders, let's pause and bring both arms now out level with the shoulders. So you're making the top of a letter T, palms up towards the ceiling there. Lovely. So stretch the fingertips away from you. So really lengthen out through the arms there. And now with the palms up towards the ceiling, imagine you want to just peel your little fingers up towards the ceiling. So you're pushing the thumb edge of your hand a little bit more firmly in towards the floor. So we're getting that lovely open rotation through the shoulders. And then we're going to bring the palms down to the floor. So you're just rolling across the palm of the hand. So palms of the hand come down, we're closing the shoulders there, lovely. So we bring the back of the hands to the floor, try to push into the thumb edge of your hand, maybe even try and lift the little fingers up towards the ceiling, lovely open shoulders. And then we bring the palms down, so a little kind of rolling through the hands. Let's do that once more. So we open the palms up towards the ceiling. Again, we try and push the thumb edge of your hand into the floor, and finger edge of the hand up towards the ceiling. And then bring the palms all the way down. So we're getting that lovely movement through the shoulders. And then we'll keep the palms up towards the ceiling. Nice and broad there across the arms. If your legs are still outstretched, let's all bend the knees and bring your heels quite close in towards your bottom. We're going to do a really gentle bridge flow here. So for a moment, lift and spread your toes, give them a little wiggle. And then as you bring your toes, your feet back down flat to the floor, really press into the big toe edge of your foot. And slowly we begin to lift the hips, coming up into that easy bridge and never coming onto the vertebrae of the neck. So coming up just to the shoulder blades, squeezing the knees towards one another. And then slowly, slowly roll yourself down. Again, get the sense of nice, spacious upper body there. So as you inhale, we push into the feet, press into the base of the big toe. So we keep the hips and the knees square. Coming up just to the shoulder blades. And then slowly let the back melt down into the mat. Let's do that just once more. So pushing the floor away, a little roll up through the spine, a little massage out through the back as you lift up just to the shoulder blades. And then release all the way back down. Lovely. And just focusing a little bit on the lower body, take the heat off the shoulders as you bring your right knee in towards your chest there, both hands on the knee. Give that knee a little squeeze. It might just want to roll down towards your armpit. I'm just going to turn around on my mat here so you can see me if you need to. Right knee just squeezed in towards the chest. Keep the neck nice and long. Lovely. Breathing some space into the back of the leg there. Then keeping the right hand on the knee, left hand just comes to the top of your left hip. Let's start to circle that right knee, whatever direction feels comfortable, most intuitive. Just circle that knee. Keep it nice and slow. Again, there's no sense of pace. This is our weekend wind down. So really challenge yourself to move slowly. Just some nice rotations there, just to ease into the hip. Again, if you've spent all week sitting at the kitchen table, your make-do desk, take that little rotation the opposite way, so just change the direction of those knee stirs. Really nice to release the hips. Oh, Joe Wicks was a beast this week. Oh, I'm suffering. And then let's bring that right knee all the way in towards the chest. And this time we'll interlace the hands really low down behind the back of the right leg, close to your bottom, and we'll extend the leg up towards the ceiling. You might have a little gentle bend in the knee. Make some movements in the foot, the ankle. You might be turning the foot a few times each way or pointing and flexing. Let's keep it nice and soft and slow. Notice if shoulders have driven up towards your ears. Keep the neck nice and long. Lovely. And then let's begin to flex the foot a little bit more strongly now. You might even begin to straighten the leg a little bit, pushing the back of the leg into your hands. Again, soften the shoulders. Check in with your face. Lovely. And then we'll release that right ankle and cross it over the left knee. Flexing the right foot, right hand to the inside of the knee. Just gently push that right knee away from you, finding some space in the front of the hip. Keep the foot flexed, keeping the knee and the ankle nice and safe. And then using that right hand, just bring that right knee in towards you now. So you want to point the knee in towards your face. So you're taking a little pivot on the ankle. As you inhale, push the knee away from you, opening up through the front of the hip. And as you exhale, like a little butterfly closing its wing, you bring that right knee in towards the center line. Doing that a couple of times, so we're easing out through the hips. Ooh, really gentle stuff here, just to ease our way towards the weekend. Let's do one more. So we'll bring that knee in towards you. And then we'll keep the right knee just pushed away. Very gentle pressure there on the inside of the knee, coming back to flexing that right foot. You can stay here. That might be more than enough on your hips or your low back. If you want to join me in reclining pigeon, you lift up the head, lift up the legs, and thread the hands just to take hold around the back of the left thigh. Then lower the head and relax that left heel down towards your bottom. Really let the lower leg be nice and heavy. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. And I like to add a bit of movement here. I found just kind of rocking from side to side or a little circle there just helps release the hips. But have a little play with that. See if that works for you. If not, you can linger in stillness. And those of you who are maybe more open in the hips, you want a little bit more, you can take hold just on the front of the left leg. So on the shin, just below the knee, you interlace the hands, lower the head. So that left heel is kind of squeezing down towards the bottom. And again, I really like just to rock. I really find that that helps release my right hip, which is very, very tight. Little rock, or circles, or simply breathing into wherever you feel that stretch. Lovely. And then slowly, let's bring the body to stillness if you're rocking. See if you can draw that right shin just parallel to your chest, no forcing. Easy breaths. And then we'll release the left foot back down to the floor. Right ankle stays where it is. And then we'll cross that right leg all the way over the left. So see if you can cross above the knees. There's no daylight between the thighs. If that's uncomfortable, simply bring both feet to the floor. Arms out shoulder height again, like that letter T. Nudge your bottom just over to the right a little bit, an inch or so. And then just tip the knees down to the left. And maybe rolling your head to look over that right arm. As you inhale, bring the knees back to center, bring the gaze back to center. And as you exhale, take that little tip over to the left. Maybe the head moves in the opposite direction. So I'm just going to move with the breath once more. Inhale, knees to center, gaze to center. And this next time, we're going to pause in that twist, but if that really doesn't serve your back, you can continue to move with the breath. You can uncross the legs. About those of us wanting a little bit more, the left hand might come down to that top knee and just gently give the knees a helping hand. But again, there's no sense of force. Being really mindful of what's happening in the back. Just allowing the legs just to drop down easily as far as feels comfortable, not worrying if they're nowhere near the floor. Lovely. One more breath there. Letting the shoulders relax. Then releasing both arms, shoulder height if you're holding onto the legs. Bring the knees and the head back to center. Uncross the right foot. Bring your hips central to the mat. And just give both knees a little squeeze there. You might want to circle the knees out in opposite directions like you're doing a big easy breaststroke. Or keeping the knees together, just have a little roll around on the mat, just release through the lower back. And then keeping both hands on the left knee this time, we'll bring the right foot down to the floor. So we'll do all of that on the left side. So that left knee might be dropping down towards the chest. It might be kind of swinging out towards your armpit more. Mine kind of wants to open out a little bit tonight. So just let it go where it wants to feel that stretch there. And then right hand to the top of the right hip. Let's start those slow circles with the left knee this time. One side might feel decidedly different. I've noticed when I'm sitting at the table, I'm really trying not to cross my legs. This is invariably one leg that crosses over the other. So I've realized that's why I'm getting much tighter in my right side. So let's just circle the knee the opposite way. So again, you might be something to think about when you're at your desk, your makeshift workspace, just how you're sitting, probably on kitchen chairs or dining room chairs, not designed for any great length of sitting down. So make sure you get up and move. And we'll bring the knee back to the chest, holding around the back of the leg, hands quite low down towards the bottom, which supports the hamstring. We'll take the leg up towards the ceiling. Little playful movements through the foot, pointing and flexing, or circle, or spread the toes, or wiggle out there. Oh, that's nice. And then as you flex the foot, you begin to straighten off a little bit more strongly through the leg if that's comfortable. So you're pushing the back of the leg into the hands. Again, checking in with the shoulders, make sure the face is still soft. That's it. And then we'll cross left foot, left ankle over right knee this time. And the hand just gently pushes the left knee away from you. So we're kind of hinging on the ankle there. And then gently bring that left knee in towards the midline. So you just feel that little pivot with the ankle. Lovely. Inhale as you push the knee away from you. Exhale as you bring the knee in towards the chest. I hope you can't hear my husband. He's being very loud on the phone to his parents or FaceTiming. Is it just a man thing? That they feel that when you're doing Zooming or FaceTiming, it's like you're speaking to someone who's on the moon. And my father does it too. It's a very sexist thing to say. I'm sorry, Jeffrey and Dave. Let's keep that knee nice and open there. And you might want to stay there, or coming into that reclined pigeon, picking up the head, threading the hands around the back of the right thigh, lowering yourself down, and really let that right heel just drop down to the bottom. And again, I'm just going to have a little massage out, a little rock side to side there. Remembering if you want that tighter work for the hip, the deeper stretch, you just change the interlace, holding around the front of the right leg, just below the knee, head down. And again, you might be drawing little circles around on the low back. You might be rocking. You might just linger in stillness, whatever feels nice. I just find that movement just almost massages out across the lower back, as well as opening up through the hip there. That's it. And then slowly, slowly release. Let's bring that right foot down to the floor. I'm going to cross the left leg over the right. So see if you can cross above the knee. So it's quite tight there. You can always keep the feet apart. There's no problem at all. Arms out nice and wide. We'll nudge the bottom to the left. And then just tip the knees down to the right this time. Maybe head rolls to look over that left arm. Going to move with the breath. So inhale, we bring the knees and the gaze back through center. And exhaling, that little tip down to the right with the knees, maybe turning to look in the opposite direction. Let's do once more. So knowing that you can carry on with this little rocking movement, or the next time we'll hold, knees down towards the floor. And you can use that right hand to ease the knees down for a deeper stretch, but that's going to be quite strong in the back with the legs crossed. So never pulling, never compromising the back, remembering that we can't get to our massage therapists or physios at the moment. So being super careful to keep ourselves safe at this time. Easy breaths. And then releasing both arms. Let's bring the legs back through center, uncrossing everything. Bringing your hips back to the middle of the mat. And once more, let's give the knees a little squeeze, a little bit of movement. We're going to find our way up to a seated position. So you can roll to one side wherever there's space. You can hook the ankles, catch hold behind the knees, roll slowly up, whatever feels nice for you today. I'll come and face you there. Lovely. I'm going to sit with one shin crossed in front of the other, heeling towards my groin, but it really doesn't matter if you want to stretch the legs out there. Beautiful, nice and tall. So I've been doing a lot of Qigong, which is really beautiful practice. So we're just going to come up to seated and just mark that with a little kind of Qigong movement here. So the fingertips just come down to the floor alongside you, lifting up nice and tall. And turning the palms up towards the ceiling. Just imagine now, as you begin to lift the arms, that you're kind of gathering up all of that stuff, all of that anxiety, that tension, that kind of mental muscle power you've been overloading this past week, just gathering it all up as you raise the arms. And all of that unwanted stuff, you're now going to release. Middle fingers face in, palms face down. Just feel it, almost letting go, releasing all of that stuff that's been weighing us down this week. All of that heaviness, that anxiety. Letting it go, releasing it. And now as you bring the fingertips down alongside you, palms up, think about all of that stuff that you could refill that empty space. Positivity, joy, calm, peacefulness, whatever word kind of resonates, all of the positivity that we need at the moment. And we seal it in as you bring once more the palms down, middle fingers facing inwards. Just imagine all of that positivity just filling in, sweeping through you, sealing it in. Lovely. So with that sense of lightness now, let's bring the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. So a little bit through the side body. We can bring the right hand down to the floor and the left arm really softly, we arc overhead, and there's a real softness in the elbows. Inhale through center. And as you exhale, we come over to the other side. So we're almost making a yin-yang symbol with the arms there. So there's a real softness. Inhale. So almost that fluidity, that real gentle movement. I'm going to take my gaze down towards the knee I'm moving towards. So it's not about a deep stretch here. It's simply that movement with the breath. So I'm nice and steady across my sit bones. There's a real kind of ease of movement there. Little yin-yang, that balance. Let's do one more over towards the right. Lovely, gorgeous. And then last time over towards the left. Looking down, arm comes over. So this time we'll come all the way back up through center. Lifting up nice and tall. And as you bring the fingertips down alongside you, I'm going to shift my legs a little further forward. So I'll come to sit side on. So just take your feet a little further away from your groin there. Bringing the fingertips down in front of you. So keep a nice long spine. It's not about how low you can come down. So keeping that length through the spine. So you just begin to walk the hands forwards, keeping the spine nice and long. And as you inhale, let's just lift the chest for that nice buoyancy and lightness. And as you exhale, see if you can just surrender the body down over the legs. Again, it's not about how far you can go. Keeping that length through the spine. Inhale, lift up slightly. Keeping the sit bones grounded. Think about taking the chest forwards and down. Lovely. Let's do that once more. So inhale, a little wave of breath lifting you up. And as you exhale this time, we'll pause and hold. So you might have your hands quite close to you. You might have your hands further away. And some of you, the chest will be easing down a little further. So wherever feels really comfortable there for the back body. I'm just going to bring my hands a little closer so I can retain that integrity through my spine. I'll come and face you now. Lovely. You might even take a little shake of the head side to side. Just make sure you're not holding on to tension. And slowly let's walk the hands back towards you. And this time we'll take the hands behind you. Fingers facing in towards you or slightly out towards the sides of the room. Sink into the hands, bend the elbows, and then roll the shoulders. Lift up through the chest. Push the hands into the floor, lifting the chin. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, bend the elbows and just lean into the hands. Lovely. So inhaling that little wave of breath, rising up through the chest. Neck stays nice and long. And exhale, slowly release. Keep the hands where they are. If you've got the legs crossed, we'll change the cross. Other shin in front this time. And that way it might feel really strange now. So take a moment to rebalance yourself across your sit bones. Lovely. So a little twist this time. So we'll take the arms all the way up. So we're going to twist to the right. So one hand comes in front, the other hand comes just behind you. We turn towards the right side, looking over the shoulder. Chest nice and broad. Keep the body facing towards the right, but then turn your head to look over the left shoulder. And then the body follows, and we twist all the way around to the left. So we'll add the breath as you inhale, turn the head. And as you exhale, the whole body follows. Inhaling, turning to look to the left. Exhaling, whole body follows. Just once more. So inhaling, looking to the right. It'll work for the neck. Exhale as the body follows, twisting to the right. Last time. Inhaling, looking to the left. And exhaling all the way round. Lovely. Coming all the way back through center again. Just shuffle the feet a little further away from you to create more space. Sitting up nice and tall. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, let's see if we can pad forwards. Keeping the spine nice and tall. Inhaling, so we're lifting ourselves gently. And exhaling, just allowing the body to yield forwards. And this side feels a little tighter with that change of the cross of the leg for me. So we inhale and exhale. So again, it really doesn't matter how far we're coming. Keep the sit bones grounded down. Long spine inhale. And we'll pause there now. So you might have the hands further away from you and the front body closer towards the floor. Some of us might have the hands closer. But get that sense of just lifting before you lower. So there's no sense of sinking there. Really nice, long spine. Beautiful. Again, maybe a little shake of the head. Make sure you're not holding tension in the neck. And then we'll come back up through center. Hands behind you, fingertips facing in or slightly out if that affords you more space. Bending the elbows, lean into the hands. And then as you inhale, straighten the arms, below the chest up. And exhale, it's just like you're deflating now. You're letting the body go, releasing tension. Lovely. Just once more. So inhaling, lifting up. Ah, nice release as you exhale. Beautiful. So I'm going to roll over my legs to come onto all fours, but it's entirely up to you how you get there. I'll come around and face you now. Face this way, so I'm on the same way. Beautiful. So I'm going to take my jumper off so you can maybe see what we're going to do here. So spread the hands nice and wide underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we'll just take the gaze forwards towards the top of the mat. So this is a really nice one, again, just to release the upper back. So it's a version of cat-cow. Normally, in fact, let's do a normal cat-cow so we can feel the difference. So as we inhale, we tilt the tailbone up, drop the belly, and the chest comes forwards, chin lifts ever so slightly. And exhale, it's that real angry cat ripple, hugging navel to spine, dropping the gaze. So we'll do that a couple of times, inhaling. Imagine you want to pull your wrists towards your knees. And as you exhale, imagine you want to push your hands forwards to the top of the mat. They're not going to move, but it's that little bit of energetic sensation, pulling the wrists towards you as you inhale, bringing the chest forwards. And then imagine you want to slide the hands away from you. And then let's find that nice neutral spine, that long back. So making sure shoulders are above your wrists. You're going to keep the arms straight, but imagine now you want to dip your chest down between your arms. Lovely. So we get that nice sense. Imagine there's a hand on your shoulder blades just dipping down. Firm up through the belly and see if you can just bring that to the upper back. And then push the hands into the floor, see if you can come back to that tabletop. Lovely. So we keep the arms straight, you dip the chest down, so imagine that your shoulder blades are drawing towards one another. And then you push the floor away, back into that nice long spine. We'll do that twice more. So the elbows aren't bending, so you might not be moving very much, but you get that real sense of squeezing the shoulder blades and then spreading the shoulder blades. We'll do that once more. Dipping the chest down, so elbows stay straight. And then coming all the way back up. Lovely. So we're going to take the hands now a little wider than shoulder width apart and turn the hands out so fingertips are facing away from you. And again, I'll just come and face you because you can see what I'm doing there. So trying to keep the shoulders just above the wrists there. Just start a little shift from side to side. So the body starts to want to drift back. So keep the body weight forward. So we're getting a nice stretch again through the shoulders and into the hands. And you might, if you wish, want to push the heel of the hand away from you, pull your fingers up towards your face, and then you bring the palms down. So you might just feel the heel of the hand. So you're pushing the heel of the hand away from you. So we're getting that nice stretch all through the wrists and through the hands. Check that you're not beginning to shift the weight back, so you want the weight forwards. Lovely, let's do just one more. Either way, lovely. And then coming back to center. So bringing the hands now back underneath the shoulders. So this is a really tight one for the wrists, so we'll be really gentle here. So you can keep the fingertips facing forwards, or see if you can turn the fingertips out towards the side of your mat. Now this time the hands are a little closer together, so hands are under the shoulders. You might again just want to rock from side to side or have a little circle there, keeping the hands flat and the fingers spread. If the wrists are okay, you can try turning your fingers in towards you. Woo! Now really push down into the heel of the hands, and you can stay there. Or if you want a little bit more, you slightly shift the weight back and then rock forwards. So as soon as I shift my weight back, ooh, I can feel that in the underside of my wrist, so being really gentle there. It's kind of pleasure pain, like that whole, oh, that stretch feels good. Let's do that once more. So we don't want to do that too much, but it is really good just to stretch that through the wrists. Slowly, slowly, let's turn the hands out to the side, turn the fingers forwards, and we'll sit back into a child pose. Prop yourself up on your elbows. And give those wrists a little squeeze. Can you all feel that in the wrists? I see some thumbs up there. Oh no, no one can move their thumbs because that's, oh goodness me. But it does feel good, doesn't it? So we're going to come up into hero pose. So sitting up on your heels. If that doesn't work for you, then just stretch the legs out or come into a seated position, whatever works for you. Interlace the hands this time. Push the palms down and then stretch the palms forwards and then all the way up towards the ceiling. I'll move back a little bit so you can see me there. So palms pushing all the way up towards the ceiling. Now really shrug the shoulders up towards your ears and then slide the shoulders down the back. And bending the elbows, you're going to bring the top of your hands towards the top of your head. But keep the elbows nice and wide. I can really feel a stretch in my upper back there. So push the palms up towards the ceiling. Take a nice inhale as you gather up the shoulders towards the ears. And as you exhale, slide the shoulders down the back and bring the back of the hands towards the top of the head. Ooh, let's do that once more, all the way up. Lovely. And then all the way down, 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 down. Beautiful. And then we'll stretch the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And then bring the arms out wide, level with the shoulders. I can come forwards a little bit there now. Lovely. So we're going to turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Now almost imagine you want to turn the little finger edge of your hand up towards the ceiling, almost like the same sensation we had when we're on the floor. And then see if we can rotate through the arms now. So this time the little finger edge of the hand is tilting forwards without the body folding forwards. So as we inhale, we open the arms, little finger edge of the hand up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, we try and turn the palms away from you, further away from you, little finger edge of the hand coming forwards. Let's do that a couple more times. So really nice one to release the shoulders. And then all the way back. Beautiful. And let's just bring the arms out level with the shoulders. Last one. So just as we did on the floor, this time we'll pull the fingers up towards the ceiling, and imagine you want to pull the fingers towards you and push the walls away from you. So there's a real stretch there, lovely. And then straighten out through the fingers. Point the fingers down towards the floor. And again, try and bring the fingers in towards your palms. Once more, so fingers out nice and long, fingers up towards the ceiling. Almost try and pull your fingers towards your face and push the heel of the hands away from you. And then fingers flat. And then fingers down towards the floor and try and curl them in like little scoops. Lovely. And let's extend them out. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, give yourself a big hug. Doesn't matter which arm is on top. Chin to chest, give yourself a nice big hug there. Look at which arm is on top, and as you inhale, open the arms out nice and wide. Exhale, take a wrap, other arm on top. Give yourself a big hug. We've made it to Friday. One more, changing the cross each time. Big inhale. You might even can take the arms back behind the line of the body before we give ourselves that big hug. A little bit of rounding through the spine. Lovely. Last time. And exhale. Beautiful. And then release. So if you're in hero like me, just going to drop your bottom to one side so we can take the legs out in front of you, giving them a little shake. So just working a little bit through the lower body as well. Take the legs out nice and wide. Very unladylike, I know. I'm going to shake through the knees. Nice. So sitting up nice and tall. Just push the heels away from you. It's like you want to press the back of your knees down towards the floor there. But every now and again, do a little shake, 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 just to make sure that you're not holding on to tension there. So stretching the heels away from your toes, pulling up towards the face. Let's stretch the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Take a little side stretch over to the right. So just as we did before, real softness through the arms. Inhaling through center. And as you exhale, let's take a little stretch over towards the left foot. So we're trying to keep the side body nice and open as we do again, that little yin-yang, that little diagonal stretch out through the body. So a real softness in the elbows. Lovely. Beautiful, trying to keep the toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Let's do one more, over towards the right. And one more over towards the left. So lots of movement tonight as well, lots of fluidity. Beautiful, coming all the way back up through center. And bending your right leg and bringing the heel in towards your groin there. So again, lots of movement. Left leg still out nice and long. Right hand comes down behind the hip. Let's sweep that left arm all the way up. So we're rolling to the inside edge of the foot, taking a little arc through the body, and then slowly lower the hips, and we turn the body over that left leg and just take a nice fold over the leg. Right hand comes behind the hip. As you inhale, sweep the arm up, maybe lift the hips. And as you exhale, we lower the hips and take that little fold forward. So again, moving with the breath, seeing if we can open up some space through the side of the body. Lovely, coming all the way over to the left. And last time, a little lift up through the hips, sweeping the arm all the way up. And this time we'll pause and hold, seeing if you can extend over that left leg. Again, we're all going to be very different. Hands might be close to us, hands might be further away towards your foot. And those of you who've got kind of nice spacious hamstrings this evening, you might even cross the wrists, taking hold around the inner and outer edge of the foot, and use that little traction there to keep the elbow soft and draw the body forwards, but not at the expense of hauling the body down or introducing tension to the body. So much better to have the hands either side of the leg, a little closer towards you, and keeping that nice long spine. Easy breaths. Let the shoulders go, let the face go, making sure again tension hasn't begun to creep into the jaw. And then slowly, slowly sit yourself up. And we'll change sides. So I'm going to bring my hands behind me just so I can swing my legs out. Right leg out nice and long, left heel into groin. So we're going to do that little lift. So if space is a problem or if hips don't like it, then you can keep the hips down. It really doesn't matter. Left hand comes behind you. Right arm, so we swoop it up. Roll onto the inside edge of the foot. Then as we lower down, we turn the body. We take our first little exploration of forward fold over that extended leg. You can add the breath if you want. Inhale as you sweep the arm up, maybe lift the hips. Beautiful. Exhale as you roll your way down and come into that little forward fold. Lovely. So it's again that lovely fluidity. I've got a really nice one planned for us next week. I was thinking about words and the language of lockdown. So I've got a really nice one next week, those of you who are joining me on Sunday or Wednesday. We worked quite strongly last week, so it's a kind of more fluidy flow one. So we'll pause in that lovely extension over that right leg. So this is a little taster of what we can expect next week. Lots of fluidity, lots of soft flowing movements, lots of moving with the breath. And just for a moment, we'll settle into stillness there. Lovely. And then slowly, slowly, let's rebuild the spine. Let's extend the legs, give them a little bit of a shake. And then bending the knees, let's bring the feet together. Coming back to the middle of your mat. Ease your way back down onto your backs. Just as we did at the beginning, bring the knees in towards the chest. Have a little bit of a rock or a roll, a wiggle or a jiggle there. Then as you bring the feet down towards the floor, the further your heels are away from the bottom, the easier this is going to be. So you can keep the feet close to you, you can take them further away from you. So we come into a little reclined butterfly pose. So the soles of the feet stay together. The knees drop nice and wide. You can slide the heels away from you, you can bring the heels close, have a little play. Now the arms might be alongside you, they might be level with the shoulders. I like to bring my arms just above my head and rest one hand on top of the other. So I can really allow my back body to sink into the floor. So have a little movement there. You maybe want to just rock gently from side to side before you settle into stillness just for a few breaths. And it's quite an open posture here. It's a really nice one to release the hips, to allow us to connect with our back body, connect with the floor, and connect with the space for our breath, the chest, and the belly nice and open to receive and release each breath. Let's take a couple of breaths there. I'm just going to come up to seated once more so I can talk us through a little meditation to finish. So when you're ready, just bring your knees in towards your chest one last time. Keep the knees together and just take a couple of circles in each direction just to bring the hips back into alignment. And then finding a position that works for you for just 5 minutes or so of a guided meditation. It's a very breath-based one. It's nothing spooky. If you need to whiz off to do anything, then that's absolutely fine. But if you want to just take a few moments just to seal the practice with a gentle breath-based meditation, feel free to join me. Get yourself nice and comfy if you want a blanket or a pillow, settling yourself in. There's never a perfect position for Shavasana. You can even come to seated if that works better, not a problem. But whatever position you're in, let's take a nice, long, slow, deep breath in and just hold that breath, a moment of fullness for a moment. And then slowly release that breath, allowing any tension to melt away. Again, let's do that again. So take another long, slow, deep breath in and hold at the top of that inhale. And then exhale, emptying your lungs completely with that out breath. Just gradually relaxing more. And then take a third deep inhale, deep breath in, right down to the bottom of your lungs. Take your time. Hold at the top of the inhale just for a moment. And then just let it go. So already we're beginning to just drift towards a sense of relaxation, working with that deep breath. So continuing to breathe slowly and gently, no pause, no holding, just that endless, seamless wave of breath. And then just bring your awareness to the top of your head. You can just sense or imagine a feeling of relaxation just beginning to spread down on the top of your head. Letting the muscles in your forehead and your temples relax. And just soften the eyes closed, but just allow the eyes to relax, making sure they're not squeezed closed. Let your cheeks and your jaw soften. Letting go of any tension you might be holding in your face as you continue to breathe slowly and gently. Just allow this peaceful feeling to flow down into your neck, deep into the muscles of your shoulders, soothing them, releasing them as you breathe. And then allow this peaceful feeling to flow through your arms, all the way to the very tips of your fingers. And as your body just begins to release, relax, relinquish its hold on tension, so your mind can just begin to disengage from all of the busyness that has occupied your week. Now that peaceful sensation flows through your chest and down into your stomach. Feeling how these areas are gently rising and falling as you breathe. And then turning your attention to your back body and feel this relaxing sensation flowing all the way down your spine. That peaceful feeling flows through your lower body. It's relaxing your buttocks, back of your thighs, front of your thighs. And feel all of those really strong, large muscles become very loose and relaxed there. Allow those soothing feelings to flow down to your legs, your knees, into your calves, your ankles, soft and relaxed, your feet, soft and relaxed. Your whole body can for a moment enjoy that sense of feeling soft, calm and relaxed. So as you begin now to deepen both your inhale and your exhale, just coming back to those opening words of our mantra. So as you breathe in, follow that in-breath all the way through. When you breathe out, following that out-breath all the way through. As you breathe in, just becoming aware of your body, maybe beginning to move fingers and toes. And then breathing out, that sense of releasing any lingering tension in your body. In-breath, growing deep. Out-breath, slow and steady as you maybe feel your way into that full body stretch, slowly extending the arms above the head, maybe stretching the legs out if that feels comfortable. Take a couple of breaths there, really feeling that expansiveness with the arms extended. You can breathe into the space behind you, space above you. And taking your time to bring your knees in towards your chest. You might want to stay there in stillness. You might want to have a little movement, whatever works. And wherever there's most space, you can roll to the right side or the left side. Knees just curled up towards your chest. And then making your way to a comfortable seated position when you're ready. Might be cross-legged, might be the legs extended, nice tall spine. And just bring one hand and then the other to your heart. Doesn't matter which hand is on top. Allow the shoulders to soften, the elbows to drop. Allow the chin just to soften down towards the chest without the body following, so a nice long spine. Maybe feel the heart just beating slowly and gently beneath your hands there. So we'll close just again with those words of Rumi I read at the beginning. So although the road is never ending, take a step and keep walking. Do not look fearfully into the distance. On this path, let the heart be your guide, for the body is hesitant and full of fear. So bringing the hands together at the heart, that final gesture of Anjali Mudra, thumbs to the breastbone. And namaste. Thank you. Thank you for coming on this Friday evening to join us. Let's just unmute everybody there. Ah, lovely.
Helen.
Hello.